said you discovered England. Tell people
I discovered England when I was, the first time I went to England, I discovered it. I was in the middle of London walking around, doing like this, looking around, and the Bobby, that's the policeman, he came and he says, what you doing? I said, I'm discovering England. He says, you must be daft. You know what that means, crazy in English. And England have always been here. I says, well, I'm doing like Columbus. I just came here. I'm the first of my people to come, so I got to discover it. They discover everything that they came to, isn't it? They discovered the source of the Nile. Well, the African brought them, showed them the source of the Nile. Africans there having a nice bath, naked.
These days, there's an awful lot of jabber about institutional racism and white privilege and racial profiling. If blacks and whites can't even agree on something as specific as a shooting, what chance is there of any agreement on a muddy abstraction like white privilege? So, do blacks really think George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin in cold blood because he was black? Or do they know better, but just want to browbeat white people and squeeze more concessions out of us? Take your pick. Blacks and whites see the world so differently, they hardly speak the same language. And when you don't speak the same language, it's hard to have a conversation.
Some people go around talking about something, now you can do the white man gonna do that. You do this, we know that. There's going to be casualties, and there's no perfect revolution. Black people want a perfect model before you get off your ass. There is no perfect model. Show me a revolution in history. Russia, British, Indian, Arab, African. Show me a revolution where mistakes were not made, where contradictions were not evidenced.
Charlie, nothing! Get me 6! Bravo 6, Bravo 6! Get him in! They're coming through all over, I can't do anything! Where's Mark? Shit, he's dead! I think they're all dead! Give it up, second 6! 6, they'll say 6! Captain, we've been overrun, we're pulling back, over! Goddamn, Lieutenant! Where are you gonna pull back to? They're all over the perimeter! Now you be advised, you will hold in place, and you will fight. That means you, Lieutenant. Bravo 6 out. We got zips in the wire down here.
Roger, last Bravo 6. Can't run it any closer. We'll have to try and back and snake and nape, but we're bingo fuel.
For the record, it's my call. Dump everything you've got left on my pods. I say again, expend all remaining in my perimeter. It's a lovely fucking war. Bravo 6 out.
Roger, last Bravo 6. So we copy. It's your call. Get them in their holes down there. Hang tough, Bravo 6. We are coming top for tree tops.
We are human beings and we're going to make errors. This is what we do. You got to guarantee me it's going to work. Hello, we are living under white supremacy.
The whites got together and said, why don't we see how serious black people are about their independence? Why don't we start killing all their leaders? Right. We ain't gonna be doing it behind the scenes. We gonna go out there, Fred Hampton, blow his brains out in his bed. Right. And basically what we saying, are you really ready for this? Do you really want this? And let's see what the black people do. And initially we responded, had the white boys scared for a moment. Brothers was out in the street, pounding the pavement, crackers was coming up missing. Right. But eventually, through the consistent killing of so many brothers and sisters, the women start looking at their sons saying, baby, telling the fathers, get away from my son with that Black Panther. You will get him killed. Right. And eventually people start taking the idea, man, you can't, I hear what you're saying. Everything you're saying is right. But if you do this, you're going to get killed. And he said that the Europeans realized at that time, he said, we got him. Because until they get over this hump of recognizing when they say they really want independence and freedom, that there's some consequences they got to be willing to take, which means the person they fall in love with ain't going to be with them tomorrow. If they can't get over that hump, we got them. And so B.F. Skinner's research helped Europeans stop our growth. And so he was a Willie Lynch of his time. Right. And so I say, since we don't have a historical picture to represent Willie Lynch, we got one now. Ain't it always good to put a face on a name? And I'm going to tell you what I like about this picture. See, we get so used to, we're not sophisticated. Right. We think that a white individual that is bad is going to have a Klan uniform on, he's going to cuss us out. We never think about the doctor or the scientist who sits behind, you know, the desk and plans for our destruction. And so we're going to get away from that today. From now on, brothers and sisters, you see this picture is no longer B.F. Skinner, is who? Willie. Let's talk about Willie.
However, the present problems of blacks have little or nothing to do with slavery, with segregation, or with lynching. It is nature and not white people that have given blacks smaller brains and lower intelligence on the average.
Some blacks just want revenge. If one of theirs dies, they want tribal payback. Just last month in St. Louis, a black with a gun robbed 6 whites and told them, "This is for Michael Brown."
And I feel genocide, as it is happening, as it's always been happening, to me is in the class of tribal war.
William Wallace. Can't be. Not tall enough.
The Almighty says this must be a fashionable fight. It's drawn the finest people. Where is thy salute? For presenting yourselves on this battlefield. I give you thanks.
This is our army. To join it, you give homage.
I give homage to Scotland. And if this is your army, why does it go?
We didn't come here to fight for them.
Oh, the English are too many.
Sons of Scotland, I am William Wallace.
William Wallace is 7 feet tall.
Yes, I've heard. Kills men by the hundred. And if he were here, he'd consume the English with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse. I am William Wallace. And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men. And free men you are. What will you do without freedom? Will you fight?
Fight against that? No! We will run!
fight and you may die. Run, and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds, many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!